Yo, what is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Stock Network coming at you with the weekly recap from my fantasy league, the Midtown Brigade, the greatest fantasy league, where 12 teams are battling it out for $1,200 first place. Most importantly, though, bragging rights. It's a really tough league. It's like every week. Took a week off last week. Had some family matters to attend, so couldn't give you the recap, but, back at it like a bad habit. Week 11. The chat's probably going to fire it up here very shortly with some of the league mates over here. Some may not show up. Some may show up. I do it a little earlier than I do it usual because, just got a lot of shit going on. You know how that is. But I want to give you the weekly recap. The Midtown Brigade, one of the hardest leagues in the business, baby. You know what I mean? We got some dogs. We got some dogs up in this building. Let me see. Just get I think actually this is a better view right here. We definitely got dogs in the house. You know what I mean? In this league. Your boy, of course, Team Garbage Man is back. Started out with me because as I use my profile and as my podcast, we always got to start with me, bro. Win or lose, you know what I mean? Win or lose. And this week, your boy actually broke his 2-game losing streak after getting shellacked 2 consecutive weeks. Had some disappointments, had some close, some like blowout games, had some injuries. A lot of things happen, man. But you know what? I was blessed by the grace of the fantasy football kings, the fantasy gods, man. Bless your boy this week. Going against, once again, one of the hottest teams, the hottest team in the league. Got them out on Wednesday, coming in with a 5-game winning streak, putting up points like there's no tomorrow, shellacking every opponent possible. Unfortunately, after he faced your boy. And look, he has a really good team, right? Josh Allen showed up. Thank God it was only Josh Allen and Jahmyr Gibbs. But he has a talented team. He has a lot of pop. He's an individual that has a lot of depth. And, I'm not going to say I was going in there confident after losing 2 games and, scoring 115 the week before and then, 105. I wasn't really, really happy. Thursday night starts with me throwing the kitchen sink at him. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, newly acquired Devontae Smith, traded, right, a couple of weeks ago. And Zach Ertz, man, and he wasn't looking good. Wasn't looking good until Zach Ertz goes out with a garbage-ass touchdown and goes from like 6 points to 18. It was great. Jalen, remember, he's been having insane amount of games with over 36 points, like back-to-back weeks, 40 and 36. And guess what, man? He didn't do that this week, so I was a little worried after Thursday. But, again, my team stepped up. His didn't. Josh Allen, over projection for him. Chase Brown has been a beast. I should have taken that trade. All right, Frank, I'll give you props. I should have taken that trade, man, all right? And, however, that's it. Jahmyr Gibbs and DK had 14 in his return, which I didn't start Nigma, because, I thought he was going to lose some pop here. But look at Nigma, man. He gave me 22 points. That's back-to-back weeks over 20 points. I think he needs to start, man. He's starting this week by default because I have nobody. This is when he needs to perform. His tight end was injured, and he put the Muth in the house, and the Muth gave him 3 points, and I'm glad that the Muth disappointed, fire Muth. But as my turn, man, listen, David Montgomery, 24 points. It was kind of like David against Jahmyr. You score a touchdown, I score a touchdown. These guys they trade off on series. So, hey, Montgomery outscore him, 24. Awesome. Take that. Newly acquired Javonte Williams. After all the talk that he's going to lose snaps and starting role to Esteen and whatever, guess what? My boy came through with a touchdown, baby. 18 points. Appreciate you, Goose. CeeDee Lamb, over projection. It's not looking pretty for CeeDee. His guy should be averaging 21 a game, but now with Cooper Rush, the rush is not as high as you think it's going to be. It's more like low. Drake London, he disappeared, of course. Correlation of Kirk Cousins sucking a big one. And when that happens, shit happens, right? We can't do that. Devontae Smith, man, 6 points after a disappointing week last week. I should have started Schmickna, but you know what? I'm thinking that Stack, he's going to have to wake up. My players should start getting hot now. All right, I'm 7-4. One more win gets me into the playoffs. Big game this week. Lost Harrison Buckner to injury this week. So picked up Brandon Aubrey, who didn't do shit. So hitting the waiver wire this week. Like I said, in the bench, newly acquired Drake May because I traded Jaden Daniels, who actually got traded also. I'll take that. I think that's a future backup QB. And Kadon is back this week, but Jason Smith, JSN, man, he has to be a must start moving forward. And I think that's going to happen. But again, last time I met the hottest team in the league, happy endings, your boy stopped that streak. couple of weeks later, I'm meeting the the hottest team in the league at that moment because he has 5-game winning streak, putting up points. Again, your boy stops that streak. So call me the hot streak ender. That's my new nickname. I should change my team name to the hot streak ender right now, baby. All right, going to Vicious and Big Moondog. Vicious, again, who started the year very, very, slow. He's 4-7. He's winning some games. Big Moondog is 3-8, 132 to 115. Bo Nix himself had himself the best game as a rookie, 41 points. Bo Nix has been hot lately, bro. He's hot right now. Breeze with 17 points, with 31 points, 19 by James Cook, 13 by DJ Moore. I mean, it was more than enough to actually cover a goose egg by Tucker Kraft and almost a goose egg by Kyler Pitts. He got two players combining for 2 points, for less than 2 points, and he still was able to win by over 17 points. That's what you got right here, man. I mean, he has a solid team. His team, when healthy, is very dangerous, and Bo Nix was the reason why he won. Going back here to Big Moondog, Russell Wilson, completely disappointing game, which he's been out there. I think he picked him up this week because his quarterback might be who's his quarterback? I don't know what his quarterback is. I guess Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback. I don't know that. Tony Pollard, who's been really, really good, disappointing. Jamar Chase big, Higgins big, and Njoku big. But then after that, man, 1 point from the Chargers, lights out defense group. I mean, yeah, that's it, man. I mean, after his quarterback, man, your quarterback got to score points if you want to win in this league. Just ask Vicious. Vicious slapped him like a schoolgirl, and Vicious, technically, mathematically still alive. Anybody that's 4-7 is still alive in this league, man. They got a 30% chance of making the playoffs. New York City Rico against Team Cruz. Team Cruz beat me last week, and I scored about the same points he did. And just right now, New York City Rico is one of those dangerous teams, man, where he's resurging after starting like 0-4 or going 1-4. Famous Jameis to the bat, 38 points. Got busy this week with 395 yards, 3 touchdowns, on fire. I got him in another league as well. Kenneth Walker, I mean, he was able to put up enough points, all thanks mainly to Puka Nacua, who's an animal, and Jameis Winston, famous Jameis, that he didn't matter if he had 2 players combining for -2 points. George Kittle, who he left in the lineup, and George Kittle was actually injured, dropped the ball on that, and still won the game. Raheem Mostert, -2 points, -0.2 points. Doesn't matter. He still slapped around. You know why? Because Team Cruz sucked even more. I mean, Team Cruz couldn't buy a win, even if he invested on it. Oh, yeah, Team Broadway, what up, baby? Haven't gotten to your game yet, Broadway. So, shout out to Team Broadway. DJ Recio is in the motherfucking house. So, yeah, it's because Team Cruz, sorrier performance. Devon Achane has been nasty. But then after that, it was all Christian McCaffrey hasn't been able to hit that stride yet, which, again, that's, I think, when his team is going to start picking up steam. But look, he had Jordan Addison on the bench, which, again, I mean, Darnell Mooney, it's kind of like a 50-50. I think at this point, they should pick the individual that's going to get going. I think Addison is that guy. But look, again, it wasn't much, not a lot of points in this game. However, at the end of the day, it matters who sucks more. And Team Cruz sucked a lot more than New York City Rico. Rico at least put 120. See what we got here, baby. Oh, shit. We got, Team Bring It. We haven't gotten Team Bring It, the new juggernaut in the league. He's the new juggernaut, the team to beat. What up, Team Bring It? He's in the building, Jamil Oliveras. Let me get back here to the... But yeah, that's what it is, man. Team Broadway and South Florida, Spanish Ninja, and Team Broadway, 2 guys, 2 bubble teams that can make the playoffs. These are the matchups where, like the witching hour, right, of the season, where playoffs are made and playoffs are lost. Even a person like myself that's 7-4 is at risk of possibly not making the playoff if I suck it up all the way down. But South Florida Spanish Ninja, Team Broadway, 2 guys that are playing for playoff spots as well. Right now, we only got 1 team that really clinched already. Well, 2 technically. ESPN's being kind of buttheads to the other one. But CJ Stroud, 13 points. But the real story was Josh Jacobs. He came through for him. So did Tyreek Hill, who catches his first touchdown of the season. His second touchdown of the season. First touchdown is week 1. Brock Bowers, beast. Rookie of the year, kind of like Rookie of the Year contender in my book. The only offense of that shit show of an offense in the Raiders. Debo, look at it. It was crazy. another goose egg by another slot here for Team Broadway, and that was kind of like the difference there. That was the difference of the game there. Again, he should have probably started Tua Tagovailoa, but a CJ Stroud has been disappointing all year long. Again, big shout out to Ninjas, who's again, he's a tough matchup, dangerous team to face during this time, which I'm probably going to have to face him at the end of the season. Hopefully my playoff contention doesn't come to that. Jordan Love, 24 points over projection. Kamara disappointing, but Amon St. Brown is an animal. He is moving up, and then this guy is playing at a high level at the right time for him. Cortland Sutton, very good complimentary, 14 points. You know what I'm saying? He even has, Jameer Neighbors, who's on the bench. Let's see the outcome of Malik Neighbors. I'm sorry, who's going to have Tommy DeVito, baby. Tommy Cutlass in the house. Let's see what happens there. Not much to say about on the bench, but look, TJ Hawkinson, just second game. Detroit, good shot with D here. But again, South Florida Spanish Ninja, dangerous team coming down the stretch. Happy endings and Team Maximus. Listen, the story of this game came down to Monday night. I think about a point was separating Happy Endings, who's right now has gone from the hottest team in the league to nothing but cold ass brick. All right, because he has lost like 4 games in a row. But the game came down to Nico Collins against Joe Mixon, separating them by about a point. That was the story of the game. Joe Mixon had 37 points and the score 153-24. 1 point was separating these guys, and just one player made this a blowout by Maximus. Anthony Richardson, who he started this week, who lost his starting job, has his best game of the season. Another wild card there by Maximus, 32 points. I mean, just between Richardson and Joe Mixon combined had themselves about, a good almost 50 points. Almost 50 points of the about 45 points of the percentage of the points. You know what I mean? Brian Thomas, who newly acquired by from Happy Endings. I mean, shit, man, the trades for Happy Ending haven't gone well, because he went against the guy he traded Brian Thomas for, and the dude had a nice game, 13. I don't know who he got. Who did Maximus get from Maximus? I don't know who did Jason got. Happy Endings got from Maximus. Somebody help me out there. I forget who they traded for. I know Brian. I think he got he got Marvin Harrison. That's right, Marvin Harrison, who's a bye week. Man, so Jaden Daniels, who I traded to, has been a little disappointing the last couple of weeks, but keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. But yeah, Maximus had a monster game here, 37. 16 by the Broncos defense, 18 by Will Disley. Great pickup, probably the pickup of the week, because I know this dude is not a starting tight end, all right? It's McBride. And guess what? Picked up Disley, had a nice game. Disley hasn't scored a touchdown in like 5 years. My man dropped 18 fucking fantasy points. Not even Cooper Kupp's 32 points. J.K. Dobbins, 18 points was enough for our boy Happy Endings to snap that cold losing streak. But again, everybody's still alive. Mathematically, even Maximus is still alive. And now going to the new cat, the new dude, the man, all right, the most winningest player, Team Brigade. He is 8-3, put up 192 points, back-to-back highest scoring weeks in the league. That's back-to-back weeks, winning the top prize here. I mean, shit, dude. Bring It beat New Era worse than, the beatdown that Donald Trump gave Kamala Harris.
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on that thing,
It was heavy. Let me get to the comments here. Traded Monty and Mooney and Reed for Kyron and T. Higgins. Thoughts? Well, here's the thing. Kyron has been to Mondo, 99.69. Right now, Monty is hot. I think it's a good trade in the long run. You just got to get Kyron Williams to wake up. I know he's been a little off since week 9, but that's only temporary. That's a pretty good trade. I'll take that trade. If you have enough running back debt, all right, for Higgins and Kyron Williams, shoot, yeah. So you're getting Kyron Williams and Higgins, right, for Darnell Mooney and Montgomery? I mean, if that is the case, that's good. That's not a bad trade. That's actually a really good trade. You should be all fine. You should be all right. All right. All right. But again, team bring it. Joe Burrow has been on a fucking tear. Right now, he's hot. It doesn't matter if Kyron Williams only got him 8 points this week. 45 by Taysom Hill. 24 by the kicker, Chris Boswell. I mean, this guy and 3 players combined had 100 points. Over 50% of his points came from 3 players. I don't think there's anyone in the league that would have beat this guy, even if you combine scores for 2 different teams. It's crazy. I'm exaggerating, but 3 players combined got him over 100. That's wild. Okay, that's insane. Okay, you got 85 plus 24. It's insane. It's insane. This is one of those weeks that you talk about in fantasy football, and hopefully you don't like be like, well, you know what? Hopefully you don't think that you blew your wad in points. You know what I mean? So, but that's insane. My man had Joey with 40, Taysom Hill with 45, who had a monster game, and 24 by Chris Boswell. Team Bring It is a dangerous team right now. The hottest team in the league. Here's the team to beat. And going into that matter, I'm not even checking the damn bench because look at this. Judy with 30. Jameson Williams with 26. His team is very, very deep right now. Players got healthy at the right time. People are going to score, man. You got to catch this guy on a downslope. There's nothing that New Era could have done here. Even if you would have given New Era an extra player. Great job by Juwan Jennings, right? Texas D stepped up. Saquon. Man, Lamar had an off game. But even if Lamar would have had a Joey Burrow game, guess what, man? It would not be enough to beat 192 fucking points. This is one of those days that nobody was going to beat Team Brigade. And now go into the standings. Let's take a look, boys and girls and women of all and children of all ages. Right now, Bring It has officially clinched a playoff spot at 8-3. Galamad is also 8-3, who I beat this week, by the way. And he has 99% chance of making the playoffs. I guess the reason why he hasn't is because I'm only 1 game behind him. I don't know. Usually you get 8 games. You get 8 wins means you make the playoffs. So pretty much Galamad is it's 100%. I think the app is tripping. You know what I mean? The app is tripping. So I'm 7-4. Team Broadwood right behind me. Rico, Cruz. Look, after me, there's 4 teams that this next 4 weeks is going to decide who actually. I'm still in the hunt for the division, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. I got 4 dogs right behind me, man, that are winning, are getting hot at the right time. Team Bring It, completely domination of the Uptown division. Happy endings in New Era right there, trying to, comp it out for the through the playoffs position. Cannot discount Vicious and Maximus. They are still mathematically alive. All right. They got 6% to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy. Power rankings right here. I'm the number 3rd highest ranked team. Bring It, Galamad, and myself. Again, 3-2 in the division. 1-1, 4-2 away. We're making moves, baby. We're making moves out here. It's gonna be pretty good, man. So right now, we got 3 games left in the season. Is that true? Yeah, 3 games left in the season. These games are tough. I think 8 is the magic number to get in, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I need 1 more out of 3. I got to win 1 out of 3. Let's take a look at this week's matchups. Let me take a look here, make sure that everybody's cool. Let's look at week 8. I am going against Team Broadway, who I lost my first game of the season. So this is a revenge game for me. If you look at it, bye weeks are in full effect for me. I got Drake London on a bye. All right. So bringing JSN in there. Hopefully CeeDee Lamb can rebound. Javonte can give me the same type of game. Trying to pick up something on the waiver wire here. CJ Stroud, I'm hoping he stays quiet and doesn't blow up. All right. It's wild. He has a lot of good players. Look, Josh Jacob is nasty. Ramondre can just wake up at any time. McLaurin is nasty. Brock Bowers is scary. He does have a good team. In my end, I just need the same consistency, man. I need people scoring over 15 points and I'm trying to get a dub. So, hey, I'm hopefully my players hit the average, all right, over the projections. If they hit their averages, I think I might be okay this week and clinch a playoff spot. However, Team Broadway, you my boy, DJ Danny, However, I'm taking you down, bro. Así que mira, que lo que, que lo que, que lo que. You know what I'm saying? All right, next matchup, Team Maximus against Team Bring It. Bring It has been annihilating everybody. This is win or go home for Maximus. Mathematically, he's still alive. 8-7 can get you in. No, not really. 7-7 can maybe get you in. You know, it is what it is. Team Bring It is just annihilating everybody. So far, I mean, I think he's going to have, I don't know who he's going to start. I got to look. I don't know who he has on a bye week or whatever the case may be, but his team is ridiculous. Their season average comes out to totals of 138, projected for 126. It's going to get nasty. Anthony Richardson is a wild card here for Maximus. As we all know, he's bringing in Trey Benson in the house. Joe Mixon is in the building. I mean, he's getting some positive points from Elijah Moore. Let's see what happens. Again, my money is on Team Bring It. You can never bet against Bring It, bro. The hottest top team in the league. New dog to beat. Big Moondog and New Era. You know, New Era ain't going to take this shit lying down because he's in the middle of the hunt for the playoff spot. Mathematically, he's in there right now, and he's going to try to give it to these guys, bro. Big Moondog should be playing for at least trying to get some of the money, man. You know, some of the top league money, some of the highest scoring. So T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, which is a big part of their offense, is they're on bye this week. So some waiver wire moves that he needs to do. Hey, Goose, do me a favor, make sure he get those players substituted, please. All right, happy endings. And Lamar Jackson should, another tough defensive matchup, but he should rebound this week. Saquon, beast. Bucky Irvin, 50-50. Jaden Reed, hopefully he stays quiet. But again, he has a tough team. He has a tough team to beat. That players are averaging combined a total of 137. Galamada on Wednesday against New York City. Rico, look, man, my money is on Rico. I need this week for Rico's player to blow up because I want Galamada to lose. I am behind him by one game. Sorry, man, Galamada. Much love, man, but this is competition. And making the playoffs to me is enough. But winning the division, it's even better. So I got my money on Rico. All right, Rico, represent, dog. South Florida Spanish Ninja against Team Cruz. Again, all these guys are in my division, so I don't know who I want to face. I face South Florida Spanish Ninja at the end of the season. So again, whoever wins here, it's still going to impact me in a way. I think I'd rather face South Florida Spanish Ninjas. I think I want Team Cruz to win because I do face Ninjas in the last game of the season. So I think I want him to be down and out instead of up and in. And, you know, that would matter something. You know what I mean? So let me see, get back here. So sorry, my computer gave me a little message here. So again, my money is on Team Cruz for this week. I believe there's some bye weeks issues or whatever the case may be. Happy endings and Team Vicious. I mean, Happy Endings is riding a hard one right now, man. I think our boy, I've been wrong every time I picked him this past week. So maybe this time around, I might be right by going against him. All right, and picking Vicious. I don't know if that's the case. I mean, but Happy Endings at one point has to snap his losing streak. If there a week, should be this week against Vicious. That's all I got to say. But you know what? I'm going to go opposite on this one. Vicious, the ball is in your court. I'm picking you this week, brother. I don't know if whoever I picked at all during the last couple of weeks I've actually hit or not. But sorry, man. I think Happy Ending is heading. If he doesn't win this week, this might be one of the most upside down seasons anybody could have had. And I remember being there. You know, being the top team in the league to like losing a bunch of games. But, you know, Happy Endings made some trades. Hopefully that'll change. Wait a minute. All right, man. That's pretty much what I got for this week's recap of the Midtown Brigade Fantasy Football League. Thank you to the chat. Yo, DJ Resio, Jamil Oliveras, Mondo. Appreciate you asking your questions as always. The rest of the Fantasy League. Going back to your trade. Yeah, man. I mean, if you traded Monty and Reed and Kyron, Reed, Monty, and Mooney. That's a good trade. That's good. I'll take that. I think it's even value. You know, you got a starter wide receiver, and you got Kyron, who's eventually got to wake up after just having a little bit of a slump. So, all right, your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Network signing out. The weekly recap of the Midtown Brigade fantasy football league where 12 teams are battling it out every day, week after week. They battle it out week after week for $1,200. I have the grand prize of $1,200, dude. It ain't no peanuts. Signing out, y'all. Peace. Yo!